Hello everyone and welcome to another Heffy Doodle video. Today we are playing with the Forest Builder dies, but we're going to do something a little more creative. I'm also going to use some embossing paste. So I knew I wanted to use a Heffy Doodle stencil, but I wasn't quite sure which one, so I pulled a few out of my stash and set them aside. I also pulled a bunch of gray cardstock, and I wanted to coordinate it with that silver metallic embossing paste. So I went through and I picked a few of them and compared them in color. To me, the embossing paste appeared a little cool toned, so I actually chose Stamping Up Smoky Slate. I pulled a bunch of the Forest Builder dies and pink and green cardstocks. We're going to make some flowers. These are supposed to be trees, things to make trees, but I am making some flowers. I ran one of the tree trunks and several of the Christmas tree type dies through the die cutting machine in several coordinating pink and green cardstock. They will all be listed below. And then I took the Picket Fence life-changing blender brush, one of the smallest ones. I also grabbed some Distress Oxide inks. I wanted to add a little more interest to these plain die cuts, so I'm adding forest moss to the sides of all the green elements of the flower. The forest moss worked great for most of the parts of the greens. It just darkened it a little bit, added a little bit more depth, a little bit of shadow. I really loved how the makeup brush allowed me to get such a precise edge. I grabbed black soot for this dark green because it needed a little bit more oomph to add some depth. To clean off my brush in between switching colors, I rub it on the microfiber towel, and I also use the Color Box cleaning pad. Cleans it right up and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I grabbed Hickory Smoke to add a little bit of shadow to the pink parts. I could have also used a darker pink or even a contrasting color to add a little bit more interest. Like usual, I decided I wanted to add some shimmer to my flower buds, so I'm using my usual cocktail of shimmer spritzes, Imagine Crafts Frost and Sparkle, as well as Hero Art's White Iridescent shimmer spray. Make sure you shake them up real good before you try to use them. It makes the shimmer spread out amongst the liquid. Hey, you know what else I'm doing? I'm layering my word die. Bet you couldn't guess that. Today I'm using my syringes and Ranger Multimedia Matte to layer my word die. Maybe that's a little bit different, but I'm also using my micro brush to clean up from around it, so it's really the same. I'm kind of weird and boring like that. Like, if I find something at a restaurant that I absolutely love, I just always order that. Is that boring? I don't know. Leave it in the comments below. Do you experiment or do you kind of stick with what you know? I am taking the DOTTY LOTTIE stencil and some Distress Oxide ink and black soot, and I'm just blending the ink kind of like in an ombre fashion, darker on the bottom, lighter on the top of all the circles on the sheet. Not the sheet, but like each individual circle, okay? The small brush allows me to do detail work like that, so that's pretty cool. I also figured out that when you wipe with your microfiber towel over your inked project, it helps you blend out the ink even more. Back that up and rewind it if you want to see it again. But we've got the metallic embossing paste here and a Nuvo blending sponge, and I'm literally dabbing on the metallic embossing paste like I would my own face to do foundation. And you can't see it yet, but when I pick up this panel and like the light catches it, it's so shimmery and shiny. It's really cool, and it was so easy to apply. I am taking some Scotch double-sided tape and some white Kraft foam to pop up the panel, the gray panel. I'm just adhering it to the back. And then I'm attaching that to a Simon Says Stamp Fog card base in A2 size with a top folding orientation. And then I'm going to arrange my flower or my tree parts as the flower. So I'm starting with this Christmas tree. This is going to be one of my foliage or one of my leaves. and then this other bush, and then this tree. But when I put them all together, it kind of looks like a flower. So I've inked the flower parts to make them shiny and they stand out. And then the shadowy green parts behind it, I think it looks pretty cool. And then I really like the Hugs word dye with this. I used the Tombow Extreme Clear Adhesive tabs to pop up this word dye. It just makes the adhesive disappear. It's like it's not even an issue. So I just stuck that right there on my tree flower. And that's it. That is my card for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, turning some forest builder into a flower. I don't know. I was really thinking hard about adding like a sub-sentiment, and I could have done that, but I didn't. I decided ultimately that it was done. I did, however, add a few droplets, some clear circle droplets from the Ink Road. They will all be linked below. Follow me, follow Heffy Doodle on social media. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. Coming up next is my glitter wall footage, so if you're interested in finding out how I did that, just keep watching, and until next time. You picked the worst day to actually do it because my back hurts.
Alright. That's how fragile it was.
Please come back. Please come back.
I hate the painting.
Oh, what was that?
I paid the bill.
How did you measure it?
There's lines on the inside of here.
Oh,
See?
so what's that?
It's just below a half gallon.
So you're gonna put one of the packets in?
Yes, and then I'm going to stir it
Gently.
gently.
Yeah.
Oh.
Reflect the light like you were. Yeah, keep moving it. This is attempt number 2 at the glitter wall.
It's just upgrade version 1.
The first wasn't a failure. You can kind of see that it's sparkly, but it's not enough. It is unacceptable to me. Trying again.
I came down to bring the camera down after Easter morning, and I was caught by the Easter bling of the wall. It's pretty good. I guess we didn't do a real good job of explaining how this was all done.
It was late and we were tired.
Through our various attempts at videos. Anyway, so we took the interior exterior high gloss enamel, which is in ultra pure white, and we did a base coat on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had done that with some packets of the glitter mixed in, and the first reaction that we had was we were pretty underwhelmed. Like, it didn't really look great. It could have a little bit of glitter in it, but it wasn't what you were looking for. So then we took the Rust-Oleum Glitter Iridescent Clear, and we put a coat on the wall, and then we put like a heavy coat, and then we took the Diamond Dust, which is basically shaved pieces of glass, and broadcast it into the wet Rust-Oleum glitter paint, and allowed it to dry, to cure, and it holds the glass to the wall and allows it to be really super reflective. However, it does make the wall a little bit of a hazard.
What do you mean by hazard?
Like, it could totally cut your hand. So the downside of the glass is that it's a little bit of a hazard. Now, I haven't been able to cut myself. I just believe that it's possible. I've tried. I've rubbed my hand over top of it, and I haven't been able to actually cut myself. But yeah, I can feel that it's sharp. So, but that was it. That was basically the bare interior exterior ultra pure white with a packet of glitter, and then on top of it the Rust-Oleum glitter iridescent clear broadcast with the diamond dust. And I think that if I had to do it all over again, I don't know if I would do the ultra pure white wall. I mean, I know the idea was for a white wall, but I think that you would actually get better glitter performance if the wall were dark gray or black even. Like you could really make the wall pop, I think, with more glitter if you started with a black base.
Right, but I wanted white.
I understand. I'm just giving my opinion.
And it's not a pure white. So it does have color in it because we had to use the Rust-Oleum glitter
this
paint.
Almost gives it a pink
Yeah, well, yeah, it definitely shows a lot of pink, and then up at the top, when you're at the top of the stairs, in my craft room,
greenish.
It looks green.
Right.
So it's not a pure white anyway.
No, the glitter
because of the second coat.
The glitter gives it a cast. It gives it a cast.
But the first coat, it was definitely white with a little bit of shimmer. There was no other iridescent.
Right, and that almost looked like dirty paint. You know, like it had some glitter, it had a little bit of shine in it, but it wasn't
right
eye-popping. It wasn't even eye-catching, really. It was really...
It wasn't cut yourself on the wall shiny.
It wasn't cut yourself worthy.
If you're a bear, you could, like, scratch your back on it. Oh, God.
I'm going to take all the glass off. Don't worry.
Okay.
Do that.
So do you think we explained it enough? If you guys have any questions, you can leave it in the comments below. I mean, it looks good, though.
You know what I realized?
Oh, don't touch my wall!